Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Crazy Simple. I am your co-host, Dr. Christopher Taylor.
And I am Lori Vann.
And Lori, it is Forced Family Fun Day, isn't it?
It is.
Forced Family Fun Day, Feast Week, Thanksgiving, Indigenous. No, that's Columbus Day. What am I thinking? Yeah. So that's what it is.
Cowboys football. So there's that too.
Cowboys football day, maybe for you and your family. Yeah. Isn't there another game that's big on Thanksgiving?
The Lions. I think the Lions have a contract to always have Thanksgiving.
The Lions. Okay. Anything big happen this weekend? Just like stuff happen. I guess Christmas starts tomorrow.
Oh, I thought it already started based on the stores. I thought Christmas started in August.
I know, it does feel that way, doesn't it? It's like three of my neighbors already have their lights out. I'm just like, no, sir, no. This is the hill I will die on. Thanksgiving, the day after Thanksgiving, you may officially begin Christmas. All right, this is the hill I will die on.
You and I are on the same page because heaven knows that is something I discuss with my husband each year when I start to see people turn on their lights in early November. I'm like, no, that's wrong. That's just, it's fine if you want to put up your lights during good weather days, completely understand, support that, but just don't turn them on yet.
Don't even test them.
Like you can do a brief test, like we're all good with the strands, but you really should do that before you even string the lights, because if you wait till it's already done, you're sort of stuck.
All right, we should probably stop judging people now who do that. But seriously, Thanksgiving, last week we had talked about loneliness during this time period. And we also kind of talked about something that you had said, which I thought was pretty funny. And insightful, which was we go from give me candy to give me presents, and we kind of skip over this whole component of Thanksgiving. Yeah, so what are you thankful for?
Well, I've always wondered, and what your thoughts are on this, of how do you think that skipping over Thanksgiving has impacted us on a psychological level? Because I mean, I have some theories, I have some thoughts, behind that. But, what have you observed, or what are your thoughts of when we just go from give me candy season to give me gift season?
Yeah. Obviously we deal with some entitlement. We deal with some depression. I think there's a lot of financial strain. There's a lot of comparison, during this time period, which is really kind of like in my mind, comparison is the thief of joy, right? So, this is the holiday season. It's, joy and all that stuff on your Starbucks cups. But really what we're doing is we're just kind of comparing, how great our families are by sending each other these Christmas cards that have these very photoshopped, perfect picturesque scenes on them, which is probably how Instagram got started. Really, somebody was just like, how can we make this happen all the time? But we show fake versions of our families, and we put that on a card and we send it out to, I don't know, like 500 people that we don't talk to ever, and then we also, then we jump right into gifts, and it's, it's how much can I get? It's how expensive is it? You've seen the videos of like adults attacking each other over toys. Like, one of my favorite, I guess now it's a classic, but like one of my favorite holiday movies is Jingle All the Way. Like, I just love this, this whole like caricature that they make of the commercialization of Christmas. And we're just kind of skipping over this really important thing, which is about family and thankfulness.
Yeah, because it's, the thing I've wondered is that lack of gratitude, that lack of stopping and and preferably it's not just reserved for one day. It's something we should do every single day. But in really stopping to even do that as one day, does that lead to a lack of purpose? Does that lead to feeling unfulfilled? Is it leading us to, okay, and now let's chase the next thing? Because come Thanksgiving, people are already thinking of like, oh, I gotta make my Christmas list, and I'm excited about Black Friday sales, which now Black Friday apparently starts at the beginning of November. It's no longer a single day; it's an entire month at this point. But to speak to the anxiety too of, you can get anxious by not being in the present and not appreciating what you do have and worrying about what you don't have. And then there's the whole like, is there a resentment piece of, oh well, they got that gift and I only got this gift, and so it's not just a comparison. Now do you have resentment and jealousy because someone didn't do what you thought that they should do for you? There's just a lot of stuff mixed up.
Exactly, which is tragic. So, what are you thankful for this year, Lori?
There's a tradition that I started several years ago, that before we go chow down, that if it's at our house, I want everyone to go around the circle and list at least one, preferably, more things that they're grateful for, to just at least take that moment and reflect. I am always extremely grateful for my health and for the support of my family. On a religious side, I am extremely grateful for the gift of love that God gave through Jesus. I am extremely grateful for my career and people I've interacted with and the opportunities, and I hope to continue to serve the community for many years to come.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's great. I am thankful. I am thankful for my children, and I know that might sound cliche, as it were, but I really am. Though I am thankful for them because they have shown me so much about myself over the past few years. Really, just learned so much about struggles with ego and struggles with geez, excuse me. Struggles with ego and struggles with selfishness and struggles with just trying to fill my needs instead of others. And so really having these two tiny humans to keep alive over the past 6 years, 4 years, has really, really shown me so much, taught me so much. And I'm very grateful for that. So that's where I am.
Yeah, have you found, on a side note, that it's interesting to go from the theoretical of the counseling world with parenting to the, oh, and now you have to do it, and the humility that goes with that? Because I've had that. If I became a mom of two teenagers in one day, and that, okay, well, you think that you're a teen expert, but here's the real world experiment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, exactly. Yeah. And that has been my total experience. My wife is a teacher and I am a therapist, and I'm like, hey, okay, like we're super equipped to handle children. Like this is going to be a breeze. We got all the education, we know all the theory, we have experience. And then it's like, what do I do with this thing? This thing that is totally not equipped to deal with. Like right now in the background, I don't know if you can hear it or not, but Henry is screaming because he does not like the lunch of the day. So, and it's just cascaded into a trauma, just total screaming. So, but no, I feel you.
Yeah, but being humbled, you can take that to gratitude. Like, instead of taking it in a negative way, even being humbled and realizing, oh, you know what, there's still things that I don't know. Instead of seeing that as a negative, seeing it as this opportunity of, well, that means this is opportunity for growth and for me to learn new things and to step up my game. And I'm grateful for this opportunity. There's a guy, Brendan Bouchard, motivational dude, and he has this whole thing of honor the challenge, or like, or honor the journey, or nope, I'm not saying that right. Oops, skip that. Uh, Something like honor the struggle.
Mm-hmm.
They're all sort of together, but um, I like the honor the struggle part because oftentimes we're not grateful for some of the struggles we go through, and that's a little on the mindset piece of it. But even if you've had a difficult year, you've made it to this point. You have survived. And yeah, maybe you're dinged up a little bit, but you survived. And now you have some life lessons that maybe now you can pass on to someone else who's going to be appreciative of what you've gone through.
Yeah, no, I love that, and the idea that kind of it's not our goal to end suffering, but it's just to struggle well. That we will suffer, that we will struggle, that life will be a challenge, and it will have its difficulties. The goal is not to ever experience hardship again. It's just to learn to struggle well, and so I love that idea. So.
So for this Thanksgiving, do you have any kind of gratitude rituals that you do, or traditions that tie into that moment of pause of gratitude?
Yeah, so I have a gratitude journal that I try to write in every day. I fail at that often, but I try. So I think I get points for trying. But yeah, so we will, and Thanksgiving, we will talk about that. We'll talk about our gratitude and what we're grateful for. And then on Friday, we will officially decorate our house for Christmas. And on Saturday as well, we will go and, we'll go to usually we go to Grapevine, Main Street, that kind of stuff, start doing the usual festivities. And during that time, we'll talk about, what we're thankful for and what we're grateful for. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, and for those that may feel like, well, I'm not sure how to get into that grateful spirit, and uh, it's not ever trying to demean where someone is at, but it's understanding that if you live in America, you are actually so much more blessed than the vast majority of the world. And someone once said that if you were in a circle with, I don't know, 50, 100 people, whatever, and you all threw your problems into a heap and you could go pick anyone's problems, the vast majority of the time you're going to take back yours, because you're going to look at someone else's and you're like, oh, no, thank you. No, I'm good. I'll figure this out over here.
Yeah.
And it can be helpful to, that's maybe where talking with someone that's a neutral party, because families are not neutral or unbiased, and seeing if they can help you either with a gratitude list or a little bit different perspective on things. When I've worked with people that are severely depressed and they really struggle thinking of things to be grateful for, I'm like, well, okay, do you have indoor plumbing? Because I know I'm grateful for indoor plumbing. Do you have electricity? Yeah, I am extremely grateful to have electricity. Do you have a heater that works, or an AC that works in the summer? We all know if you live in the South, you are thanking your AC unit every single day for working.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes we lose sight of some of these actually really big things that other people don't have. And that alone is an opportunity for just like, wow, get grounded in that moment and to think of the things that we sometimes take for granted.
It's funny that you talk about indoor plumbing, because a couple of weeks ago I didn't have indoor plumbing, so I'm very grateful for it. I was doing a podcast 2 weeks ago, and I was doing it from my house, and I didn't have indoor plumbing. So it was funny because the host was like, "Hey, we're going to take a quick break. If you want, you can go to the bathroom or something. You've got a couple minutes." And I was just like, "Yeah, I can't do that. I don't have plumbing, so I'm just going to go ahead and hold it, I guess." So yeah, no, we do have things to be grateful for. So if you were lonely this holiday season, that is okay. You are not alone. If you are struggling with thankfulness or gratitude, that is okay. You are not alone. We just want to encourage you. Now is a great time to reach out for help if you need it. And it doesn't have to be professional help. It can just be your friends and family. Now is a great time to tell people that you are struggling. Now is a great time to share your feelings. So we wish you a happy and thankful Turkey Day.
Absolutely. And be blessed. And we will see you next time.
And next week, we're talking about the future. So this is Crazy Simple. I am your host, Dr. Christopher Taylor.
And I am Lori Vann.
I did it again. I did it, Lori. I messed it up. I'm sorry. I'm your co-host, Dr. Christopher Taylor.
And I am Lori Vann.